Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are back to basically the boogeyman of the format, Lurrus of the Dream Den. This is definitely the card that probably needs to be played in almost every single deck to be of top tier competitiveness. I'm gonna go back to the gameplay playing Lurrus in this deck. It's already had pretty good deep runs. We've got some 5-0s playing Merfolk with Lurrus. If you want to see how Merfolk can adapt, because it always does, to the current modern metagame, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with the Manabase.com. And with Podcast on Commander, we've got gameplay on MTG Arena Standard and Historic, and of course the Modern Merfolk content for Modern. The Manabase is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And I have new patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank all the patrons who are supporting the channel. Thank you very much for helping the channel keep going. Thank you very much. So I would like to start thanking the Magic Geek. We're also going to thank Nick Barth. And lastly, we're going to thank Farron. Thank you all so much for your support on Patreon. So, yeah, we're back to Lurrus. I wish I could jam a lot more of this. I know a lot of other members in the Merfolk community have got some success with Lurrus online, also in the Modern Challenges, going deep. And I like seeing that. Merfolk is, when I see the top players on Twitter posting, you know, their matchups before they made top 8, they're playing Merfolk in the deep rounds. That is a good sign. I like that. I wish I could be there with all of you. I want to play. There's so many competitive events right now. There's like 2 modern challenges a week. There's these modern like super events, super qualifier events. I can't be part of any of this stuff because I can basically just play once a week when my brother comes over with his laptop.
New computer's coming.
It's on the way. So for anyone who doesn't know, if you aren't part of my live streams in the morning, basically, okay, so I come from Winnipeg. Let's say Winnipeg is right here. I got all computer parts except one, the processor, the Ryzen 9.
Which is basically the computer.
Yeah, basically the computer. It came from Ottawa, Ontario here. And then after 1 week, the tracking number says it's over here. It's in Quebec right now. It took a week to move away from me, or away that way. That is unacceptable. That's very frustrating. I know. I hear the U.S. Postal Service is in a similar way. You're waiting for a package, and after a really long time, turns out it's even further from your destination. That's my situation right now. But at least I know where it is. It's better than like the tracking number not giving me anything. Like, well, we don't know where your package is. Could be in a ditch or something. So at least we know it's in Quebec. But that being said, right now I do still think, like, there's a lot of ways of playing Merfolk, but I still think that this is the best version because Burn and Prowess are the best decks in the format. You gotta have a painless mana base. Now, this is not exactly painless, but this is pretty damn close. 4 Seachrome Coast, 4 Wanderwine Hub. I like where this is going, and I'm hoping that Chalice of the Void is what's gonna give us the edge in the Burn and the in the Burn matchup and also the Prowess matchup. Remember, you can put Chalice on 0 to negate their Mishra's Bauble. Screw over your Mishra's Bauble, but if you're not in a good position right now, you need to really use the... If you're not in a good position to use Mishra's Bauble and your opponent is, play Chalice on 0. And of course, we got all our regular creatures. Yeah, I don't have really much to say about this. Great mana base, 3 Cavernous Souls against all the decks that are trying to run counter spells. Alright, so going on to the sideboard, I still like Hushbringer. Humans is still one of the decks you want to beat. Titan decks are very, very strong right now. Amulet Titan is like one of the best decks. Probably one of the more underrated decks still in the metagame. You need Hushbringer for those matchups. I got some counter spells. Now, I'm not using Force and Negation, because as we learned last time, I cannot play Brazen Borrower. If I play Brazen Borrower, I can't play Lurrus. Well, that's a non-bow, but I need something to bounce Ensnaring Bridge. Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command doubles as a counter spell and as a bounce spell. I really like this. And you can side it in against things like humans, so it's like a pseudo Spreading Seas. You have the ability to tap all their permanents, and then you can attack in for the win. So I do like that it's a pseudo Spreading Seas. Maybe we don't even need this thing, because we got this thing here. I don't know, maybe this is bad deck design. So, but if we lose Force and Negation, now we need to, like, need a little something for the Neoform matchup. That's where Grafdigger's Cage comes in. So, Grafdigger's Cage, not only good against Neoform, but also for a Devoted Devastation, where they are either tutoring things from their library into play, or they're trying to bring back things from their graveyard back into play. Grafdigger's Cage is going to be a good card in that matchup. Now, I still want more graveyard hate. We're going to play with Soul Guide Lantern. You still have to respect Dredge. The day you don't respect Dredge is the day that Dredge comes back and kicks your ass. Soul Guide Lantern, I would also... Before I was saying we should play with Rest in Peace, I want to try this. I want to try Soul Guide Lantern, because it is a card that we can loop with Loris over and over again. So you play it for 1 mana, you can sacrifice it and exile all the cards from your opponent's library. So like when it enters the battlefield, you can exile 1 card, and you can just tap it, sacrifice it, exile each opponent's graveyard. So all my opponents, they lose their graveyard. Hear that, Commander players? Soul Guide Lantern is coming out for you. So Soul Guide Lantern, I want to try it because it loops with Loris. We talked about last time I played this deck. Rest in Peace might be good enough. Probably it is. I want to try Soul Guide Lantern because it's also a card that, like, I can't play Relic because Relic exiles itself, but I want the ability to draw a card every single turn. So this is like an extra copy of like Mishra's Bauble. This one's for 0 mana. This costs 1 mana. Hey, but 1 mana draw a card? Not bad. Not bad. So I want to try Soul Guide Lantern. Maybe this is main deckable. What do you think?
I don't know. We haven't tried it yet.
Oh, this is no. Sorry, it's not 1 mana. It's 2 mana. You have to spend 1 mana. I'm wrong. You have to spend 1 mana to cast. Spend 1 mana to draw the card. Okay, so it's fair. But whatever. A card's a card. Damping Sphere. Damping Matrix. Got that, Matrix? For anyone who like has seen Reboot before, when I say Matrix, we're making Reboot references here. So Damping Matrix is here for the hardest matchups for us. We're talking Devoted Devastation and Hardened Scales Affinity. Those are terrible, terrible matchups. Really, really bad. Damping Matrix is just an I win card. I looked at the Devoted Devastation decks. They cannot beat this card. If you put this on the battlefield, then they're going to have to start winning with damage. And by the way, they're not good at doing that. So Damping Matrix will just completely shut them down. Activated abilities of artifacts and creatures can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. And I want to remind everyone that Devoted Druid, yeah, you can tap it for mana, but the untap ability, that's not a mana ability, so you don't get infinite mana if you have Devoted Druid and Vizier of Remedies on the battlefield. So Damping Matrix shuts that deck down really hard. Also, Hardened Scales Affinity. This card, I wouldn't say it completely shuts it down, but when you put it into play, your opponent can no longer, like, basically do it. It's basically like the Collector Oof of that. Like, if you have Collector Oof, Damping Matrix does a very similar job. So they can try to kill you with, I don't know, like Metallic Mimic just getting in there, but for the most part, or Arcbound Ravager with a few counters, but for the most part, Damping Matrix I think is going to be very good in that matchup. Now you can bring it in against other decks. You can bring this in against Wurza. So Emery cannot activate, Mishra's Bauble cannot activate, and Engineered Explosives cannot activate. Urza cannot activate. Nothing can activate, because none of those are mana abilities. So it will be a huge hoser against that deck. They need to find Cryptic Command to bounce it, and if they don't, then we'll just easily win the game, because their deck will do nothing. Basically, they are...
Merfolk Prison.
Yeah, basically Merfolk. We are Merfolk Prison! Look, this is basically a Merfolk Prison deck. We have the Chalice of the Void. We have the Damping Matrix. We've got Hushbringer, telling everyone to shut up. Shut up. Modern is not going to hell. Don't worry. This is all good. It's all good. And if you don't like it, just wait a few months. It'll go back to normal. All right, so that's the deck tech. Let's get into our Modern League.
Won the die roll.
We won the die roll. This should be automatic, by the way. There's like no point to having us select Lura. Someone made mention of that online. Like, why give us the chance to screw that up? You know, it's a negative free roll. Like, if I have a companion in my sideboard, why wouldn't I use it? What's the point? This hand is fine. We'll keep it. Maybe a bit clunky, but pending our matchup,
No.
like if we're against Jund or something, then this is going to be good.
I went to 5.
Our opponent does not have a companion. I wonder if that should have informed our decision. Because this looks like Neoform if they're mulliganing the 5. There's our companion with the heart. Does everyone love companions? So...
No.
I guess targeting myself means nothing. So let's target our opponent, see what we're up against. Steam Vents. Says nothing to me. so I'll play the island. I'm gonna hide the Wonder Wine Hub. Oh, I screwed up! We're supposed to play with, like, snow-covered islands, because now my opponent can't assume that we're on a snow deck, like Wurza or something like that. Not that not that it's a huge difference, but, like... Well, I mean, it can matter.
The whole game's gone now. It's lost.
Yeah, something like that. So I actually have a little bit of a decision. I sort of want to play the Wonderwine Hub right now, but if I do that, and I draw a Mutavault, and my opponent has counter magic up, like, I want to play the Mutavault next turn. So I can, like, start... Well, maybe I don't need to have Mutavault next turn, because I guess I'll never cast any of the... I'll never attack with the Mutavault, so attacking with Mutavault immediately is not important. The text changed.
Well, there was an update. There was an update.
Yeah, I know. It, like, really changed. It looks all gray instead of yellowish. I guess the only thing I was running into there was, like, what's it called? The shoal, the blue shoal.
So it's a storm?
I don't know. Attack! See what happens. They have the Lutri avatar, but they don't have Lutri in their deck. See if we can bait a counterspell here. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it resolved, but it's not, like, super important. Okay, so they were waiting for... waiting for us to play something to counter, but unfortunately it's going to be uncounterable.
Good stuff.
I'm trying to think, do I play this now? Because if I play this now, they'll counter that. I'll play it next turn so I can play around Mana Leak. Something gonna get cast here. Fire Prophecy. Deals 3 damage to any creature. You can put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your library if you do draw a card. Okay, so you're gonna... are you going to exercise this?
Draws a card.
Okay. So this might be Blue Moon. If it's Blue Moon, then actually Aether Vial's worth a lot. Can't really tell. This could be a combo deck.
Could just be a pile of cards.
It could be. Could be a pile of cards. Hey. Not denying it can be a pile of cards here. We also have a pile of cards. Our pile of cards works pretty well, though. Hey, everyone give me your opinion about mechanical keyboards and, like, streamers that use them. Like, yeah, I mean, because I have to start thinking about it, so I don't want to actually use this Mishra's Bauble until they use their Flooded Strand. Because I really want to know what's on top of their library. Just like how I knew about the Steam Vents. Hey, how do we make this bigger? Yeah, we're going to continue to attack with Silver Gilded Apps. I have no idea what rush I'm in. I mean, for all I know, I'm up against, what's it called, Through the Breach.
You have no counterspell. But here it comes.
Oh, that was great. Okay, so what we can do is we can shock ourselves, and then we can loot away this Aether Vial with Benthic Biomancer's ability. That's awesome.
Well, he cracked, so...
Yeah, I'll look at their library before I pass priority. I should do that at the upkeep, because they might do something here. Yeah, they do nothing. Island. These are really useless reveals. Oh, wait a minute. It's a different art, though.
Switching up.
So that is not... Is that smart? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter.
It's a psyop.
Okay, so they have one less good card in hand. That much we know. Great. That's just how Destiny is for the Merfolk decks these days. I want to draw my card first. If I draw another Benthic Biomancer, maybe I'll just play it. Okay, Mutavault's great. I always love Mutavault. You gotta be kidding me. So is this Cryptic Command territory? It might. Okay, let's just try to attack for 6.
Going through.
I have all 4 of my Ether. I just realized I have all 4 of my Ether Vials.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
They're all there.
Alright, so if our opponent... Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so I plan on playing like a Lord at end of turn. The end of my opponent's turn. We are in really good shape against an Emrakul. Unless my opponent bolted me before end of turn. Then it wouldn't be good.
Like, is that Annihilator 6? Or
yeah, Annihilator 6. I can easily pay it. Here, have I sacrifice all my vials and like 3 lands.
He hasn't resigned.
No.
He's got something.
Yes, my opponent does. Okay, so I'll Vial in the Lord. Hope they don't have Cryptic Command. Okay, so they played their island that we know about. I think this is a card we showed them. Yes. That's nice. Keeps track of what we showed our opponent. I will not attack with the Mutavault just in case we are up against Cryptic Command this turn, because I'm going to want to... This is always no, because we do not have anything above 2 in this deck. So let's say they Cryptic tap team. I can at least activate Mutavault and win. Or not win, but like deal, damage. Alright, gets through... Let's say attack with this. My opponent plays Snapcaster Mage. Try to blow you up. I still Vial something in, and you don't have that much red mana. Let's see what happens. I hope this is not stupid. Yes.
Okay. All you got left is blue mana. You pay for that red.
Okay, hold on. Now let's say I let you... Here's a problem. Now if I go past priority and they block here, let them block, then they have the option to just kill one of these things and definitely live to the next turn, right? No, that won't work. You still have to kill one of my lords. Because if you kill one, you take 8. So ideally, you want to shoot this thing first, then make blocks, but then that's when I Vial in the other lord. I'm thinking about this, right? So I have to dodge like Vapor Snag or something like that. Block, kill, take 8. Okay, I'll just pass priority.
See what he did.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the block. Still dead on board though. Okay, pass. Well, that's our opponent's. Well, I guess our opponent can't play around a lord. Maybe that's the reasoning that they're trying to kill the Benthic Biomancer. But yeah, so now nothing dies. You're just gonna take 12 damage, and you're really dead. Boom! Wow, we actually got to see the Snapcaster Mage die in the process. So we're up against... I'm gonna take a guess we're up against Blue Moon, just based on how many basics our opponent showed us, so that they were not weak to Blue Moon. That's not good news! And I'll tell you why, because we have a lot of cards really weak to Blood Moon. Our mana base is super fragile to Blood Moon. I'm not expecting Blood Moon right now. Do we play Chalice? I think we do. Hits a lot of cards still in Blue Moon, like Opt and Lightning Bolt, and I don't know, that's enough for me, to be honest, because that also prevents Snapcaster Mage, Opt, and Lightning Bolt. What do we want, though? Maybe Spreading Seas just to seize our own cards. Seize our own land. Not the greatest card, though. I'll tell you what might have been the winning thing. They might have had a bunch of counter spells, and they had nothing really to counterspell, except for the Ether Vials, and they didn't want to do it. Because our Cavern of Souls just stomped them. Okay, definitely. I didn't have this in the Cyborg guide because it's just not a very big matchup right now. So I'll bring in the I'll bring in the counter spells. It's probably worth it to bring in Soul Guide Lantern. Take out one land. I'll take out Seachrome Coast. Take out the Spreading Seas, I guess. Actually, I might want all the lands for Cryptic Command. Let's think about it. Harbinger might not be so impressive here. Coral Helm Commander is awesome because, like, if we're both empty on resources, you play Coral Helm Commander in the end, and you just start using your mana to tick it up. Like a 4/4 flyer is pretty deadly. Pending their build, Harbinger could be really good, but maybe it's terrible. I have to get rid of 2 more cards. Okay, how about 2 Chalice? 2 Chalice is probably very comfortable. You don't want to flood out on Chalice in this matchup. Okay, how about I'll just gamble it when it comes to the lands. I'm on the draw anyway. Submit. It's good enough for me. This is my companion. This hand sucks. The hand sucks because it's not interactive, and it's clunky, and it's slow.
I would keep it.
You know what? If this is 2020, we should... Okay, well, there's... Okay, the good side is that we're in a control matchup, and we have mana, and mana is important. We have a flash creature. And we have Lurrus. Okay, we'll keep it. I talked myself... Because of Lurrus, I think I talked myself into it.
You have 10 damage with these creatures.
Okay, this thing came into play tapped. Yeah, I know. Start with Hollow Fountain tapped. Pass. Hopefully we don't see the Wrath of Blood Moon. That'd be terrible. Yeah, but our opponent's going to hold up counter magic. I think we're going to play a Trickster at the end of my opponent's turn. Or if they try to tap out to do something, I'll still play Trickster. And then we can follow that up with a Chalice of the Void. If they try to counterspell it. Maybe we should just make land drops. Because they could just bolt the Trickster, not using up a lot of mana. Okay.
You don't want to flood out on too many chalices.
I'm not showing you anything.
That's a good psyop. He doesn't have creatures.
I could have the wrong plan here. Like, if my opponent is very seriously playing the Through the Breach version, I'm just stone dead here, right?
Get that Chalion too.
Target player draws 2 cards. Alright, you draw 2 cards. And you can steal my stuff.
Well, you can get Lori out anyway. And a Trickster.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing something here. And then we can start playing 2 cards a turn, and maybe we can exhaust our opponent's resources. Or at least get them to a point where they can tap out. Maybe we can stick a Chalice of the Void on the battlefield.
2.
No counterspell. What does that mean? You got removals? Okay, that's nice. I do like that. Okay. Let's see if we can stick a Chalice of the Void on the battlefield. Back it up with a Deprive. This potentially could just kill a bunch of cards.
It's like, oh shit.
Something like that, yeah. I think I'm gonna let this resolve. So I'm not really going to do anything else with my turn this turn. I mean, I hope they don't through the breach me. Alright, so that sticks.
It's probably the only thing he had.
The alternative is just let Remand resolve and pass the turn with the Deprive, but I don't really feel good about that either. Well, that's probably going to be a problem. So what are you getting? Platinum Empyrean? Hopefully. Okay, Platinum Empyrean. We can beat that. Like, that's beatable. Now I wish... No, we have a Harbinger in the deck. Okay, that's good too. So what do we do? Just Cryptic Command this thing?
And then what are you going to do?
Because I bet this is the only one, and now they have to wait till 8 to get to 8 mana in order to use it again.
Bounce, draw a card. It's going to be so sweet. He's tapped out, he can't do nothing.
Wait, damn it. Your life total can't change. Oh, yes, it can! Absolutely it can. Can you do this twice? How many Platinum Empyreans do you have in your deck? Reveal cards from your top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Okay, so that means they don't have any other artifacts in their deck, like... what's it called? Engineered Explosives.
I thought I just got lucky.
So my concern is... Okay, I probably have the go-ahead to Cryptic Command here.
Yeah.
But if I do that... they could force negation it. If they force negate, what, I take 8 and 16 something... There's also the possibility I can just block this thing with the Lords. If I start playing them. One at a turn. I play one Lord, and I want to hold up Deprive, because I need to, like, protect myself against some... Okay, whatever. Okay, let's return this damn thing. Hold on, no. Cancel. I'm going to draw a card. It is probably a Blue Moon deck, though.
Boing.
Yeah, boing. So let's see if they have the Force of Negation. If they do, it's not the... I don't think it's the end of the world. It's going to hurt, though. Okay.
Nope.
Awesome.
It's probably got a lot of 1 mana spells, too. They're just rotting away.
Let's see if they have the second Madcap Experiments. I'm going to be very careful about playing this Benthic Biomancer, because our opponent has Archmage's Charm.
Pass the turn.
Oh, man.
1 Lord a turn.
1 Lord a turn, and then once we get him to 4/4 creatures, I mean, it's basically over, right?
And if he does manage to get that thing back out, you got Trickster.
Remand.
If you get a Cavern, you should put that other thing
pass.
on, too.
It wouldn't be bad. It would hit the Remand, and it would hit... What's with Remand in 2020? What's with you people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, I will have the Deprive ready for when it comes back down. I'm going to just play the Trickster here. Because you can play Trickster on Platinum Empyrean. Our opponent has a hand full of spells. Whatever, I don't care.
Hopefully they're all 1 mana.
Our opponent's super winning the mana war right now. What did they counter? Was it this?
Counter the Trickster.
No, they remanded one of these.
Oh.
Which one was it?
Oh, I think it was a Trident. Pretty sure.
Our opponent... sorry, my brother thinks it's a Trident, so we're just going to have to go with that. And remember, I actually can bring Trickster back from the graveyard.
You got Lori.
With that Lori, if necessary. If necessary, we're going to bring it back with the Lori.
Your bolts aren't useful here.
No, but this Fire Prophecy thing is. I'll just let it die. Pass the turn. I feel like I have pretty good control over the game.
If he taps out for the thing, you could just also deprive that too.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. That's the plan. I'm hoping this Chalice is doing work. Okay, you can draw cards. I have to save the Deprive for, like, the important thing. Mismatch basics. How could you? There's also one Archmage's Charm that can't target, I guess, my Benthic Biomancer, because it's in my hand. Coral Commander's not bad. It's like a pretty good card to have after everything has been swept up from the battlefield. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna take an unconventional line and just pass the turn, so that if my opponent goes Snapcaster Mage, Fire Prophecy, it doesn't destroy me. Because if I attack with Master of the Pearl Trident, they'll just Fire Prophecy this, block this, and I have nothing. Now if they go Snapcaster Mage, Fire Prophecy, these Fire Prophecies are annoying. They're super annoying.
I think you still have the upper hand.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to play... Oh, I can't play Benthic Biomancer at all because of the Chalice of the Void. It's a good thing I didn't fall for that trick. Remember, we still have a Lurrus. And they might be holding up counter magic for that Lurrus. Like, they're just waiting. Their hand is still full of cards, though. 6 cards. It's a bit scary.
Might be a lot of 1-drops. You know, he spent a lot of those burn spells.
Are they going to play, like, Through the Breach here? Cryptic Command.
Okay.
Funny thing is, I could deprive this and then really counter it. Sure.
Like, why?
They're depriving me of mana because they can see that I'm choked on mana. They might also be trying to hold up, like, they might think I'm holding up Archmage's Charm or something. They don't know exactly how our list is constructed. Maybe they're planning on playing something that requires... Maybe they're trying to play around Force Negation a little bit, force us to, like, 2-for-1 ourselves. Alright. Ah, that's brutal.
No worry, you have your own. It's called Lures.
Yeah, sort of. I need to make things uncounterable. Like, that's why I think I won game 1. We had the Cavern of Souls, and it destroyed our opponent. They had all the counterspells, and they were useless. And now this is a situation where they've got all the counterspells, and they're useful.
Oh.
They do have Through the Breach. What the hell? Well, I have to try to fight this. I mean, they for sure have counter magic here, but...
Nope. He was hoping that it...
What would they put in play? Just a Platinum Empyrean? So maybe it was a bluff. It was a good bluff.
Cavern of Souls, please. Also good.
Mishra's Bauble, not bad. Maybe it can draw us cards every turn. Alright, so our opponent is, like, basically tapped out. No red mana on the battlefield. Oh yeah, that's convenient. What did they put on top of their deck with the Mystic Sanctuary? The Cryptic Command?
Archmage's Charm.
Really? Oh yeah, they did. So we can take a peek at what they're about to draw, I guess. I really don't want to play this Coralhelm Commander and then, like, walk into some crap. Maybe this is an okay spot to just play Chalice on 1 again?
Double the fun.
Yeah, basically. If you can't beat the first one, you're definitely not going to beat the second one. Alright, pass the turn.
What other 1-mana spells would Blue Moon play with other than Lightning Bolt?
Huh?
What other 1-mana spells would they
Opt.
play with?
Lightning Bolt, Opt. That's sort of it. But the fact that they're pretty good targets for Snapcaster Mage is deadly. Through the Breach again. That's fine. I do have a lot of permanents to sacrifice if this is genuinely an Emrakul.
Could just be that lumbering jackass.
It could be the 8-8, but, like, it gets exiled at end of turn, so it's, like, not a really good thing. Okay. Do I want to? I might want to give up the Mishra's Bauble. So I have to give up 6 permanents. I could give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leave myself with Chalice on 1, Seacrum Coast. It's not the worst. Because I have a Seacrum Coast in my hand. Here are the island, because I might need the white mana for, what's it called? I might need the white mana.
Bye.
You have to shuffle your graveyard into your library. Okay, that's sort of convenient too. Now, even though they threw the breach, it's not always the end of the world. But now I have to deal with that other dummy.
One more land.
The 8 mana BS card. So they are playing through the breach. So I think our chances of beating this deck are actually really good because they have 2 clunky win conditions. Like, ridiculously clunky win conditions. So now maybe they're digging for the second half of their combo. I might side out the Chalice of the Voids. It might not be that necessary if their curve is so high on, like, 4 drops and stuff like that. We might depend more on our Ether Vial than I thought. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. I think if they attack with Snapcaster Mage, I won't block. Because the only thing that can deal damage to me is Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt.
Right, they do not attack.
Yeah, darn right. You should get Loris out and just start swinging. That is lifelink.
It says Island Walk, but I can... Okay, let's pump this guy up. To make sure that it has flying. Okay, I don't think they have any more of those 3 damage removal spells anymore. Oh, shoot! I should play the Bauble when I have 3 mana up. Whatever, we'll do it later. Tap? Okay, that's fine. Again, like... Whoops! I don't... No, I accidentally passed priority. So I miss out on a card here. That is... Well, I don't know what's in their hand, but that seems pretty greedy. So they're going to put me to 1. But 1 is not 0. I should play a little bit. I should play a lot more faster. Yield through this turn. Yeah, the deck is just loaded with counterspells, so I am definitely going to mulligan that last hand that I had going into the next game. Just Cavernous Souls. Cavernous Souls or Ether Vial probably just wins the game against this sort of deck. And their win condition is just ridiculously clunky. It's either like Madcap Experiments or through the breaching something, so they have a higher chance of like, well, that is... Why? Why would you do that? Why? You like... Why? Okay, so you have... They probably still have something for Loris.
It's possible.
Want to counter this? Like, they're in no danger of dying next turn. I think it's better. I think it would be better for them to have a Snapcaster Mage on the battlefield. Otherwise, why did you just randomly play your Snapcaster Mage as a 2-power creature? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? This Mishra's Bauble seems to be a very difficult decision. Alright, let's just play Lurrus. They have a counterspell. Whatever. I think I need to, like, do something. I know they have one random garbage card. They might have two random garbage cards. They're gonna have a lot of random garbage cards in their hand. They're gonna choose to draw two cards instead of countering this. Alright. All the more power to you. Maybe they have mana leak. No. Okay, so it can only be things on my turn. So let's get the Mishra's Bauble. Because I could play a creature, but then it just might get eaten up by... Whoops, cancel. I could play a creature, but then it might go like, I don't know, Anger the Gods time.
You're going to be drawing a lot of cards next turn.
If we get on top of this, we're going to draw even more cards. Whatever. I will see what's going on. Their upkeep. Who knows? Maybe they have everything under control.
I don't think so.
Okay, what are you drawing? Give me your information. Remand. Another guy. Another remand.
It's alright. You got Lori on the battlefield already.
Oh, they do have Thing in the Ice. I don't know when that got revealed. So they have Platinum Empyrean and... I'm gonna get the card with this thing. I need it.
Yeah.
Even though I think this is gonna get shuffled away. Another Emrakul. Awesome. They don't know that, though. Okay, come on, always yield this thing. Not bad. Well, let's start off by attacking. One more land would be convenient. Oh no, let's not start off by attacking. I should start off by playing, what's it called? Mishra's Bauble. Now I look stupid. What is this? Cryptic command? Okay. I gain some life. I guess the idea is they're gonna nail the Chalice of the Void soon. Alright, so let's...
So get the other chalice. Or does Annihilate or Exile?
Annihilator makes me sacrifice permanents.
Yeah, but do they want to get graveyard? So you just get the Jelly back.
Yeah, I can, but still not good. Remand, so now they have the Cryptic command. So are you gonna Cryptic this? You can do whatever you want. So what can end up happening... Well, okay, if they bounce and bolt me, I live. So you don't have Emrakul. You don't have Remand. You still have the Platinum Empyrean. Okay, pass the turn. So that we can play Merfolk Trickster. The appropriate moment in time. Too bad I couldn't play things at instant speed with Lurrus. That would be fantastic. I would like to play a little bit faster. Our opponent has a little over 2 minutes of an advantage over us. I can't do anything about that. I guess I should Mishra's Bauble them. Okay, see, opt. Here comes the opt. They might just refill their hands with new cards. Sucks, I can't do anything about it. Or do you know what? I forgot about Fire Prophecy. They could have been dumping like the garbage cards onto the bottom of their library. Put a card on top. Put a card on top with everything, so they've got fresh new cards. Madcap becomes Merits. Alright. Mutavault's not great here because our hand is just full of blue spells. Yes. And wow, that's terrible. You did have it poorly. Oh, this is a poorly built deck. This is just like super ultra greedy. Sorry, this is just very, very poorly built.
Now he's probably like, darn it.
They realize, oh, that's why we don't do this. That's no one. Now I understand why they don't have engineered explosives. This is one of those genius moments where a player. Okay, this is in the deck building portion. Why don't they have engineered explosives in the deck? This is a clear upgrade. I'm gonna get hit in the face. And they can't do it again. They can't do it again. All right, so we can still play Chalice next turn.
You should put Trickster out, yeah.
No, because well, I don't know if they have Platinum Empyrean anymore. Do you want? Yeah, let's put Trickster out. Hope they don't have Platinum Empyrean. Oh, that is great, but I'm going to play Chalice of the Void here. Actually, no, I don't want to play Chalice of the Void. They got Engineered Explosives. They can just blow this up, so it doesn't matter. So what do we want? We want to play... We want to attack.
You can put him to a guaranteed 3.
How many Snapcaster Mages are left in their deck? That's
played...
true. I can definitely put him to 3. I'm going to attack for 1. Or sorry, I'm going to attack for 2. And I try to loot away this thing.
Two cards in hand.
Okay. Pass. Don't Snapcaster bolt me. And don't just bolt me.
Even if you lose, they're still around 3.
Yeah, no, game 3.
Never.
And I'm falling even more down on the clock. Not that I think it matters. Yeah, if I just draw like Cavern of Souls, we'll just crush this deck. Just crush it.
Either it's going to resign or what?
No, there's no resigning yet. I do have lethal on the board though. Okay, Madcap Experiments.
Oh, God.
Into what now? They do get the Platinum Empyrean this time. So I will be on blocking duty.
Trickster!
That is okay. I'm going to dump the Chalice.
Oh, no, wait. You have Island Walk.
The life total can't change.
All right.
Okay, so I tell you what I can do, though. Okay, so I can exile a card. Let's exile Cryptic Command, because that is the most annoying pain in the ass. Pass. So if they try to attack, I can chump block, and then end of turn, Harbinger, try to bounce it.
Well, you can just flash in Harbinger. No, you got the 4 mana.
I can only bounce tap creatures.
Yeah, but it doesn't...
Okay, Snapcaster's coming in play. That is fine.
No, it's not. It's going to get bold.
They should have done this before. Our opponent's just screwing this up big time.
Oh!
Okay, if our opponent doesn't draw a counterspell, or doesn't have a counterspell, I'm pretty sure they lose. But it's gonna be close. Like they need to draw a brick here for me to win, because I have to just chump, then end of turn flash in Harbinger, and then try to win with a Mutavault. Or, they know. They know.
It's fine. You still got 3 Tricksters.
No, I have 2. Finally. It's a bit late though.
Never.
Whatever. Just play the island. Tap it with island. Pass. They have heard of Harbinger of the Tides. Apparently. Here's another thing. Like, if I just put a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, I can just block this. That is an option.
What's to think about?
I don't care. Let them think. I'm 2 minutes down. I have to catch up.
It's probably like, how did the game get to this?
Basically.
Lumbering Jackass does not.
We're also waiting for a cryptic command. Tap, bounce, Platinum Empyrean. That would also work. So we have 1 cryptic command left in the deck. 1 cryptic command, 2 Merfolk Trickster. What else? Tense game no matter what. This is only game 2. And finally we have our uncounterable creatures. This is... If I only got this like somewhere between the turn 1 and 16, or I would say turn 1 to 10, this would have been a much easier game to win. How many Archmage's Charms? Okay, I understand. They Emrakuled and they regurgitated everything back into their deck, so... Oh, they did it. Okay, we lose. Alright, let's go to game 2. Sorry, game 3. It's all good. Okay, we definitely want Harbinger back. Is there anything else we want back? Maybe our land drops? Grafdigger's Cage actually looks super powerful. Because it prevents Snapcaster Mage, and it prevents Snapcaster Mage, and it also prevents Madcap Experiments from doing anything. Chalice on 1 is like, okay. I have to take some stuff out. Maybe the Soul Guide Lantern, if Grafdigger's Cage is going to take its place. Or maybe we just play without Chalice. Just play with Soul Guide Lantern. I don't mind that. I still have to take out a card. Take out 1 Biomancer, I guess. Chalice won't be so good as they are super top heavy. They're really heavy on the top end of their curve. I sort of want the land back because I don't think this is going to be all that attrition based. I think it's just going to come down to mana. If I get ahead on mana, I'll just beat them. Their deck is super clunky. It's a really clunky deck. Take out another Benthic Biomancer. Creatures 24. Good enough. Alright, let's submit this. Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh, beautiful. They're lost. Thanks for the game. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, that's basically... That's it.
I mean, this hand beats everything they could possibly do with their deck. Oh, you know what's one problem? Engineer Explosives on 1 is going to hurt this hand.
They gotta have
So
it.
maybe I'm going to be a little bit careful about what I do. I don't want this out immediately, but...
It's better safe than sorry.
Merfolk. I think I'm just going to play out a random Harbinger of the Tides here. So that I can be guaranteed Island Walk by viling in Master of the Pearl Trident the following turn. Okay, that's fine. Can't spell snare me.
Bitch.
Basically. No, Aether Vial is not invincible. It can be stolen. But, like, I don't know. You're going to get to 4 mana and put in Madcap Experiments?
That's not a creature.
It is a creature.
Really?
Oh, no, is it a sorcery? It looks like a creature on the card. Yeah, maybe it's a sorcery. Hence why it goes straight to the graveyard. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. They do have Thing in the Ice in this deck. Okay, we definitely have to start using some Always, and yes. We're a little bit far from casting that. Not playing the Lord right now. Damage doesn't matter. I guess I'll start by playing Soul Guide Lantern. Next turn I'll play Grafdigger's Cage. Maybe this will get remanded, I don't know. It's fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
Now that he's tapped out, you should play the Grage. Meatball.
Hit. Opt.
Meatballs come to join us.
Because if I try to play Cage next turn, that's like the only thing Snapcaster Mage can hit. Blood Moon. Hurts, but it's not the end of the world. That was definitely a card that could have made a big difference before in the previous games. I do have Ether Vial right now, though. Anyway, I could most definitely lose here. Because Cryptic Command is straight dead. I can cycle the Soul Guide Lantern if I need to.
The Mutavault, you're going to have 3, 6, 9.
I don't know if I should put this in play, but I'm going to do it.
Oh no, wait, Mutavault is no longer a...
Cavern of Souls does not help me. Might crack Soul Guide Lantern for a card. Definitely going to be hard to get Loris in play. Alright, attack. Hopefully we won't see like Burn Spell into Snapcaster Mage, but that Snapcaster Mage cannot do very much. Sure. Because you still take 6. Is there any way I can bounce this stupid thing? So this is still lethal. Okay, I'm going to put permanents in play because we need to. And pass. And I might crack the Soul Guide Lantern. Just so that I can get like a card. And then...
Play your Madcap Experiment.
Well, it's a sorcery.
Doesn't matter. Grafdigger's Cage will stop it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like what happened to that guy before.
Okay, so yeah, I have a Grafdigger's Cage, so let's just crack this for a card. Alright, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's see if...
He does have anger in the main, or in the side.
Well, in the main for sure.
Does he have it?
I'm most fearful of Cryptic Command right now. Right. Declare attacks. Is it over? I think our opponent is resigning. I mean, this is what I said. Well, okay, we get to attack. Bolt. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to attack with everything.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know if attacking with this thing is correct. Maybe there's no advantage, because if you, like, kill it with a removal spell... Okay, that still doesn't do anything. Guess you can still block and bolt one of these things, but that doesn't change. If you can still bolt the thing, and then Snapcaster Mage block this thing. No, okay, we win. So that's what I said. Like game 1, we destroyed them with stuff that just destroys like counter magic. Like the deck is so heavy on like Remand, Archmage's Charm, Cryptic Command. It's just counterspells.deck. And this is what the game looks like when those cards don't work anymore. You know, we didn't have Ether Vial or Cavern of Souls in game 1. Sorry, we didn't have it in game 2, and that's why we got rolled. we just could not beat the counterspells. That's one of the advantages of playing Merfolk, is you just wipe out any counterspell advantage, and I think we realized that advantage in game 3. Even though they blood mooned us, we still had Ether Vial available, and that's all it is. I guarantee you our opponent's hand was just counterspells. It was just counterspells, and they couldn't even play Archmage's Charm because they were too busy trying to block things with Snapcaster Mage. So anyway, yeah, that's just how it's done against the Remand, the greedy counterspell heavy decks. I don't know, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good right now. Maybe the format is in a place where Remand is good. I'm not too sure. But I can tell you, we will hose them with the Cavernous Souls. And I am playing 3 because there is enough counter magic ready, especially in the blue-white control deck, where we just stomp them with it. So that's our game today. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank our sponsor, the Manabase.com and Card Hoarder. This is Nikachu with his brother, playing Lurrus Merfolk in Modern.